scene opens with dramatic, hopeful music and quick cuts of scenes from the kingdom in The Walking Dead. Ezekiel on his throne, Carol arriving, the community thriving. Hey, Walking Dead family, have you ever watched the show and wondered if the world ended, where would I fit in? We've all imagined ourselves as a sharpshooter like Rick or a lone wolf like Darrell. But what if your place wasn't on the front lines? What if it was somewhere grander, somewhere with a king, a pet tiger, and a whole lot of hope? Today, we rejourneying into one of the most unique communities in the entire Walking Dead universe, the Kingdom. And we're going to figure out exactly what your role would be within its walls. The Kingdom wasn't just another settlement. It was a society built on a beautiful, necessary lie. King Ezekiel, with his theatrical flair and his magnificent tiger, Shiva, created a fairy tale in the middle of an apocalypse. Why? Because people needed something to believe in. They needed structure, purpose, and a leader who radiated confidence, even when things were bleak. He knew that survival wasn't just about finding food and fighting walkers. It was about preserving the human spirit, the pageantry, the king, the Your Majesty. It all served a purpose. It gave people a sense of normalcy and pride in a world that had none. It was a brilliant piece of social engineering that kept morale high and the community productive. So, let's break it down. Where do you see yourself in this post-apocalyptic Camelot? Let's start with the most visible roles. The Royal Guard. These are the protectors, the knights of Ezekiel's court. Led by the stoic and loyal Jerry, these men and women weren't just soldiers. They were the physical embodiment of the kingdom's strength. Being in the Royal Guard means you're disciplined, skilled in combat, and fiercely loyal. You're the one on patrol, clearing walkers from the perimeter and standing guard at the gates. You're comfortable with a spear or a sword, and you understand that your personal safety comes second to the safety of the community. You would be the first line of defense against both the living and the dead. If you're someone who is physically capable, brave, and has a strong protective instinct, you might be carrying an axe right alongside Jerry, offering a cheerful Your Majesty to Ezekiel. But maybe direct combat isn't your thing. That's not just okay, it's essential. The kingdom can't run on soldiers alone. This brings us to the backbone of the community, the providers. This is a huge category. Are you a gardener with a green thumb? The kingdom had extensive gardens and farms. You'd be responsible for cultivating fresh food, ensuring everyone had enough to eat. Your battlefield would be rows of corn and tomatoes, and your victory would be a bountiful harvest. Or perhaps you're skilled with animals. The kingdom raised livestock like pigs and horses. You'd be a rancher, tending to the animals that provided food, labor, and transportation. Your work would be physically demanding but incredibly rewarding, knowing you're literally feeding the future. This group also includes the hunters and scavengers, the ones who venture out, not necessarily for a fight, but to find resources, medicine, and supplies that can't be grown or made within the walls. If you're resourceful, have a keen eye, and know how to move quietly, this could be you. Now, let's think beyond just basic survival needs. What makes a community a home? The artisans and educators. King Ezekiel was a zookeeper and an actor. He understood the importance of culture, art, and knowledge. The kingdom had a choir, movie nights, and a school for the children. This is where you fit in if you're a teacher, a musician, a storyteller, or a craftsman. You might be teaching kids how to read and write, reminding them of the world that was. You could be leading the choir, lifting spirits with song after a long, hard week. Maybe you're a carpenter, a blacksmith, or a seamstress, using your skills to build furniture, forge tools, or mend clothes. You are the culture keepers. Your role is to ensure that humanity doesn't just survive, but that it thrives. You remind people that there's more to life than just staying alive. There's art, beauty, and learning. You're the reason the kingdom felt less like a bunker and more like a real town. Next, we have a role that's often overlooked but is absolutely critical: the diplomats and strategists. Not everyone can be a king, but every king needs wise counsel. Think of Richard, the head of security, before his tragic downfall. He was a strategist, always thinking 3 steps ahead, planning for the inevitable conflict with the saviors. Or think of Carol, who quickly became one of Ezekiel's most trusted advisors. If you're a natural leader, a critical thinker, someone who can see the big picture and make tough decisions, this is your domain. You'd be in the war room with Ezekiel, planning supply runs, negotiating with other communities like Alexandria and Hilltop, and developing long-term strategies for survival. Your weapon isn't a sword, it's your mind. Your job is to navigate the complex politics of the new world and ensure the kingdom not only survives today but has a plan for tomorrow. You'd be the one asking the hard questions and finding the practical answers. Finally, there's a group that binds everyone together: the community builders. These are the people who might not have one specific, defined job, but are the social glue of the entire operation. Think of Nabila, always working in the garden, but also offering a kind word to a neighbor. These are the people organizing community meals, checking in on the elderly, or mediating small disputes. They are the optimists, the listeners, the caregivers. If you're empathetic, a great communicator, and have a knack for making people feel welcome and heard, this is you. You might not have a title like guard or farmer, but your role is just as vital. You build morale from the ground up, one conversation at a time. You are the heart of the kingdom, ensuring that the grand vision of hope and cooperation becomes a daily reality. So, take a moment and really think about it. Look past the walkers and the saviors in the hopeful, thriving, and slightly theatrical world of the kingdom. Where would you make your stand? Are you a protector in the royal guard, a life-giving provider in the gardens, a culture keeper, sharing stories and songs, a sharp-minded strategist planning the future, or the empathetic heart of it all, a community builder? Each role is a crucial piece of the puzzle, working together to create something worth fighting for. That was the magic of the kingdom. It wasn't just about one person. It was about everyone finding their place and contributing to a shared dream. Let me know in the comments below what your role in the kingdom would be. I'd love to hear what part you see yourself playing. And if you enjoyed this journey into Ezekiel's domain, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you resubscribed for more deep dives into the world of The Walking Dead. Thanks for watching, and as the king would say, and yet I smile. See you in the next one.